we are going to focus on the heart through music and through sharing. And so I'd like to just guide us in a little meditation. So if you will feel yourself, just feel the comfort of your own body, as if you were just like climbing in your own sheets and in your own bed, how cozy and comfortable you feel in your own body. Just feel that for a minute. Like, as if you're hugging yourself, or maybe you want to hug yourself, so that you'll feel this wonderful physical energy that you have, and what a gift it is. And now, closing your eyes for deeper relaxation, feel yourself taking a deep breath, breathing in and breathing out, and appreciating this breath. It's the breath that brings you life. Marvel at this breath. This is what created you as a human, created this human experience. And without you thinking about it, this breathing in and breathing out has allowed your physicality to continue. What a gift. And this time, as you breathe in, imagine that your breath is a life force, and you're welcoming it into your body. Ah. And feel an expansion in your chest and in your belly with the next deep breath. If you'd like to breathe out with a sigh, you could do that too. And this simple awareness of the breath and awareness of the body is an instant way to bring you into a meditative state. Can use it any time you like. Deep conscious breathing. Now bring your awareness to your heart center in the middle of your chest, and feel it opening and expanding just a bit with every breath. Imagine you have a little smile in this area. The tension is falling away. And a joyous, comfortable, relaxed feeling is in your heart as you breathe in and out. And you can see it as light. Imagine the energy as light, moving in with the breath and moving out with the breath. And bringing your awareness to your face and your nose. As the breath enters your nose and exits your nose, imagine that you can hear it almost like a whisper of wind. And as the air, the breath enters your nose, imagine it opening up your head, like a flower blossoming in the middle of your head, a beautiful multi-petaled rose opening softly. And allow the image to bring peace and beauty and openness to the inside of your skull with every breath. And now imagine that this rose or whatever flower you've chosen is fragrant. And notice that with every in-breath, you open a little bit deeper, as if you can smell this beautiful rose. And feel as the breath expands in your head and moves down your throat, returning gently to your open heart center. And then it moves down into your belly, opening, relaxing, expanding. Breathing in and breathing out. And now imagine it in your lower belly. Any tension, any fear just melts away, drifts away, as this gentle breathing opens those areas too. Rocking gently like the waves of the ocean with every breath. And now, using your imagination, see sparkles as a part of the light. Your lower belly is filled with a luminescent light, and your belly, and your heart, and your head. Clear, bright light, luminescent, coming in with every breath. And this peace is yours at any time you wish to return. This is a gift you can give yourself at any time. And now, bringing your attention back to your heart, take just a moment to expand your heart center and allow it to touch the heart center of everybody else on this call. You don't need to know their personality, their name. It's just an energy. And you are open, expansive, filled with loving energy. And you generously expand, not to change anyone or to be changed, but just to share energy, moving from the me to the we. And allow yourself to breathe just a few more breaths in this open space. And gently and lovingly returning back to your own heart center. Breathing in and breathing out. Holding in your awareness, your whole physical body enlivened by the light. And feel a smile if it feels appropriate to you. And when you're ready, opening your eyes, becoming aware of the room around you, the screen, everything else in this daily life. Just coming back to normal awareness and giving appreciation for your presence, your awareness, and the light that you are. And so it is.
I'd like to share with you a collage of pictures and a song that I assembled because I last year two of my colleagues passed away, and it was really shocking, especially Desiree, who passed along. She passed away first. That was back in March at the height of the pandemic, and so Desiree and I worked very closely together. We were hand in hand, and so I assembled these photographs and the music. The music is actually Desiree singing um, and she was part of a gospel choir. She used to perform at Carnegie Hall and all over the world, and she was just really a light. Um, she really embodied, people. She was just a loving person. She embodied song. I never really knew about gospel um, music until, you know, until just from knowing Desiree, I found out a lot about gospel music. Um, and my other colleague, Mary, who you see a picture, Mary passed away in June of last year, and we were supposed to get together. She's immersed herself into the art and theater world and dance. Um, so we were supposed to get together, but we, just she became very ill, um, and she passed on as well. So I'm just, I this presentation is really in memory of these two individuals and the pictures that I assembled. I assembled them because both of these individuals, both Desiree and Mary, to me, I felt a strength of heart and an openness in their heart. Um, they were two people of substance, and I was just shaken when I heard of their passing. So these photographs and the music helped me kind of get through the grieving, the grieving process that we all feel when we lose someone that we love, and maybe I don't know, maybe this pandemic, there's so many people who passed away. You might have had an experience like that where you knew of someone who passed away, or just knowing so many people in this country passed on because of the pandemic. So these photographs for me represent they have something in common, and the music too. And the two things that I think all of these photographs have in common are that they represent a stability, a security, a comfort element, but also an expansive, growing, expanding, reaching up into the light, like Janey was talking about. You know, the light that we all have inside and out. So these are images that to me represent what I feel, and when I look at them, I I just it makes me want to move. So you know, I like just to scan through the photos. You could see all of them, you know, and I represent each one in terms of a note in the music. So there are 8, you know, 8 notes in the octave, starting with Desiree, Mary, you know, even her Desiree's smile, Mary's body position, you know, Desiree looking out and expanding and being open, Mary looking in, you know, that's inward and outward feeling. And the trees, again, the rooting of the tree and the expansiveness and the flexibility of the top of the trees, the Buddha. Maybe if we just see each one uh, in a large size, we can get a better sense. The expansiveness, you know, how I feel, you know, being isolated from this pandemic, indoors, being isolated, you know, I'm inspired by these images, the security of this Buddha, the strength, you know, the openness. I see. I mean, each one of you may see something a little different, but and I hope they are inspiring for you too. And then the next one, that's yeah, the next one is also very expansive, but yet, you know, secure, very comforting. You know, the trees for shelter, the colors in the sky, the openness, you know, the horizontal feeling kind of open across the body. Again, these are just my reactions, but you may have a different one. Okay. And then this picture here was actually has meaning, special meaning, because Sharon Sharon sent this card to me, and I'm a collector. I collect everything. I hold on to things. So I saved this note card that Sharon gave me, and I just thought it was just very comforting. It's almost like, you know, I get a feeling of being embraced when I look at this photograph. I think of, you know, how I would want to embrace Desiree, or the times that she embraced me. Same thing with Mary, you know, same thing with actually anyone. Right now I'm really feeling like I need to embrace and feel the embrace. So that was the other one of my part of the collage. And then the last one is also the strength, you know, the rock, the stability, the security, and yet contrasted with the openness, you know, the feeling of just growing and reaching out, and together, you know, those two dynamics, kind of like an inward and an outward, and playing in between those two feelings in my body. So if we kind of just take a look at all the photographs, and now we just take some time and listen to the music, which is a song that Desiree is singing in when she was in, I think she was in, I'm pretty sure she was in Japan at the time in the gospel choir. You might want to just, you know, kind of respond to the music, respond to one or more of these pictures, and kind of let the energy that actually that image is, to me, is kind of is conveying an energy, you know, each one differently. Which one are you drawn to? And just let that image kind of affect you and your inner feeling in your body. And you don't have to move a lot. You can move a little, you know, it just could be an eye movement, or it could be a hand movement, you know, just opening, closing, whatever it is, whatever happens, you know, let it happen. And if we listen to the song now, it's called Victory, you know, we can get, I think the rhythm of this music is going to help us kind of feel a response to what we're
so beautiful. Remember, and this is Desiree who's singing.
Yes.
Victory, victory, say victory, victory, victory. Let's do it. Put your hand in mine. Let me hear you say, let me hear you say, victory. Let me get Tokyo say, that's it. All right. Oh yeah. That's it. All right. Oh yeah.
Live and love. Love and live. Find your love inside. Let it wash through you. Inhale. When we live from love, everything will be well. Don't hold back your energy. Open your heart, be all that you can be. All it takes is love to attract what we need. Open your wings and fly. Ooh, ooh, 'cause each one of us has something to give. Open your heart so you can really live. That was good. So the sound for the heart is ha. I also like to do ah, or ha, but let's do ha. So you can do this with me, and what we're going to do is go into our heart, and these sounds help to move energy. So with the heart, if we're out of balance, that might be sadness, grief, if and the heart hurts. But by doing these sounds, we can move the energy from sadness to joy. So we're going to first do the sound out loud, and then we're going to do it in a breathy way, which clears the emotion. So let's start with them. Now we're going to bring in the color red. Is the energetic color for the heart. And we're going to make this sound more of the breathy. This clears the emotion. So it'd be like, and feel the joy coming in. The frequency of the color helps to bring that joy in. So go into your heart and open it to the joy and make this sound. Ah, yes. Well, being Valentine's Day coming up, it's a perfect opportunity for me to do this song I play once a year called My Funny Valentine. You know, I used to play music in the nursing homes and such, so this was my Valentine's song that I'd play. My funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine, you make me smile with my heart. Your looks are laughable, unphotographable, yet you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak when you open it to speak? Are you smart? Oh, so don't change a hair for me, not if you care for me. Stay comic Valentine's Day, 'cause each day is Valentine's Day.
Well, I've been thinking a lot about how I got to where I am with the pottery. It took me a long time to find my voice, and I enjoyed the hand texture thing with the pottery, but I think it all began on a trip to Italy where I saw their pottery, the traditional Majolica pottery, and I just was like, I have to do that. And I didn't know at the time. I've come to reflect on it over the last couple of days and came to realize that there was a certain quality in the Italian culture that spoke to me. I've been a longtime gardener and love to grow flowers and veggies, and also love to prepare it in the kitchen. And almost, you know, the color, the texture, the beauty, the nutrition, it always appealed to me. And then I feel like I just was so drawn to pulling those things into my painting on the pottery. And then I realized it was just recognizing that that's the values of the Italian culture. And I did have my father's side of the family is Italian, and there was a lot of gardeners and good cooking growing up. So I think that's my visceral connection. This past last March, as the pandemic was coming on and work was getting crazy, working as a labor and delivery nurse, I was near retirement, so I retired, and then all of a sudden I just jumped into being a potter full time, and it was wonderful.
Well, your plates are beautiful.
Well, thank you. So the top image, the carrots, is actually a big bowl.
Yes, I love it.
That's the one I have, right?
Yes, yes,
Yes, I am the owner of this bowl. And it's really beautiful. I have it on my dining room table. Lucky me.
I love the colors, and I guess what I do is I feel drawn to a particular quality of the fruit or vegetable, and I look at all these pictures of it growing in nature, and then I kind of bring that energy to my painting, and I just have all these colors. So there's the yeah, you can move to the next one. The lemon is a big image for Italian pottery, and often in the cobalt color, and I never get tired of looking at them or painting them. I just love the lemons.
Lemons are lovely.
Yeah. Well, your colors are so rich. And Joyce is living in Boston area now, but she used to live here in Phoenixville. And her and her husband did have the most beautiful gardens. Oh my word. So she knows all about the plants.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. And so so there's the Italian connection, and you can pull up the tomato plate. I was at a farmer's market and selling my pottery, and this woman came up and bought a plate similar to this, and she said, "I'm going to go home and make a prisi salad on this plate." And I thought, that's what I'm doing it for. It just gives me such joy to create it and bring it to people so they can have a little touch of color and joy in their table. And I named my business Joyful Table Pottery because I just thought it's just so special for the way I feel about it, and the food and what I bring to each one is like a painting I do. So yeah, so this is a tray I made for Christmas time for a gift for my neighbor. And I love to paint pomegranates. The circular imagery just, I love it. It just feels so fulfilling. And I guess there's so much mythology to pomegranates as well.
Oh, I wasn't aware of the mythology.
Yeah, it's like, well, the mythology relates to, is it Persephone that goes into the underworld and she is going to be freed, but then she eats the pomegranate seeds.
Oh.
Wow.
But I think it's also a fertility symbol as well. And, of course, it doesn't grow in anywhere I've lived, but my sister lives in Israel and she has them growing in her yard. And I just love them in every stage. They have beautiful flowers and then beautiful buds. There's so many pieces to it. It's amazing. So the next pictures, this is my process, just to give you a little bit about what majolica is. And so it's low fire red clay. So it starts out looking like this, and I don't have a wheel, so I just have molds and I make it on the molds. I start with a slab roller and a flat piece of clay, and then I either put it on the mold or I make it 3-dimensional for a mug. So that's how it looks when it comes out of the first firing. And then the next slide shows what it looks like when it's painted before it gets fired the last time. So this stuff is actually in my kiln right now. This was waiting to go in the kiln. So it's all these mugs and bowls and platters.
Yeah, ceramics. I'm always like, because you can't really see what color it really is, I'm like,
yeah, I know. I have a whole set of underglazes so I dip the red bowls in white tin glaze, which is the traditional majolica. And then I have these colors that I paint over them, and I have all, so I've made tiles of all my colors, so I can look at my tiles and say, oh, I want that color for that picture, and pull the colors and put it together. So it's not totally as hard as it looks to make the colors.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I guess that's my story. Yeah. Oh, and this, oh, so then this is the final piece. I realized when I was thinking about this, all about my background with gardening and that I love to go to the farmer's market. I love to go see the produce, to smell it, to touch it, to see what it looks like. And so selling my pottery at a farmer's market was like the completion of my obsession with these fruits and vegetables. It feels so organic to be there. So this is me at one of my markets. Actually, I did when everything has shut down, I created a Christmas market in my driveway right after Thanksgiving. So this is a display of my pottery for
Oh,
sale.
that's
And
lovely.
posters and people came. It was wonderful.